channel. This is my 23-week pregnancy update, and let me just tell you, this week has been extremely eventful because I was actually in the hospital for 2 nights. So if you follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, you already know what happened and why I was in the hospital. But for those of you who don't follow me on my social media, I'll let you know and explain to you what happened. So basically, I was just driving and I almost got into a car crash. It was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. But basically, there was this woman in the other car, and it was like a 2-lane street. And she tried going past 2 cars that were on her lane, which was going into the opposite direction. And I guess there was like oncoming traffic, but she kind of had to pull over to the lane that I was in, and she like nearly hit the car. So my dad had to like hit the brakes super hard, and like I said, it was like really close, like we almost crashed. So then right after my dad hit the brakes really hard, I started getting like stomach pain in my lower stomach, like right where the lower part of the seatbelt lays, and I just wasn't sure if it was something serious or not. Keep in mind this is my first pregnancy, so I don't even know like what to look for, you know, like contractions, for example. So my mom actually suggested that it would be best if I would go get it checked out just to make sure that nothing did happen. So then I decided to go to the ER just to, you know, have that peace of mind. Because obviously I'm no longer just responsible for myself, I'm also responsible for my son, and I didn't want to risk anything. So I went to the ER, they did an ultrasound, and they also put me on the fetal monitor, the CTG machine, the one that like measures the heartbeat of your baby and also looks if you have contractions. They put me on there for half an hour just to make sure that I am not starting to have contractions, which I didn't, by the way, so that was really good. But the gynecologist there, she said that it would be best if I stayed for 2 nights just to be monitored, and she said that she doesn't feel comfortable letting me go home because she doesn't know how my body is going to react. Like she said, there could still be something happening or something going on even though I didn't show any signs of like contractions or anything like that right away. And yeah, so I had to stay in the hospital for 2 nights, which wasn't as bad as it sounds. I mean, obviously, you know, it's not fun being in the hospital, but the whole experience there was actually really nice because my room was actually in the unit where all of the newborns are and where you are when you have your baby. It almost made me wish that I already had my son with me, but obviously, you know, I knew that it was way too soon. Like he still needs time in the oven. Like he's not ready to come out yet. But yeah, it was really nice, and it kind of took away my fear almost, because I'm terrified of labor, like terrified. But yeah, so basically I was just in the hospital for 2 nights. And the next day, they hooked me up on the fetal monitor 3 times, 1 time in the morning, 1 time after lunch, and then 1 time like really late at night, just to make sure again that I'm not having contractions, which again, no contractions. So that was awesome. And then the next morning I could go home after they did another ultrasound. And they didn't really check the baby when they did the ultrasound, they just made sure to look at my placenta, just because they wanted to look if there's any bleeding or any like, I don't know, rupture. I don't know, guys, but that's what they were looking at basically. I got a really cute ultrasound picture, and I already posted this on Instagram, but like I said, if you don't follow me on there, I'm going to show it to you. Baby boy is actually sucking on his thumb. Like, how cute is that? So that is the ultrasound. Like I said, baby boy is sucking on his thumb in this picture. I think it's so adorable. Isn't he the cutest? Oh my gosh, I almost forgot to tell you. One time I was hooked up on the fetal monitor, and there was a lady next to the delivery room that I was in because that's where I had to go to be monitored. And she was like in labor and she was screaming bloody murder. Like, you don't even know. She was like so loud, just, I don't know. It like freaked me out because I don't know like if she's exaggerating or if it really is that painful. But it kind of freaked me out and scared me a little again. Which is funny because in the beginning, you know, I was really like relaxed and almost not as scared anymore. But then that happened and it just completely freaked me out again. I also don't want an epidural. A little off topic, but yeah, I'm scared of needles, and getting an IV, that's already enough. I had to get one while I was in the hospital. It was like right here and it bruised and it just hurts, and I hate needles, so I don't think I want to get an epidural. Maybe I'll change my mind once I'm in labor, but as of right now, I do not plan on having an epidural. But I guess we will find out in December. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm forgetting, but I think that's it. Like, there's nothing else going on, like no new symptoms or anything. So yeah. So basically the only exciting thing that happened this week was me being in the hospital. And luckily, you know, everything was fine with me and the baby. It was a bit scary, but we're fine, and that's the most important thing, right? So yeah, thank God. Alright, so I think it's time for me to show you guys my belly now. Alright, so this is my belly with my shirt on. And from the side. I also love this shirt, like, because it has the pink pineapple on it, and I feel like it makes my belly look really funny from the side. And now with my shirt up. From the front. And from the side. And from the side. Alright, so this was it for this week's update. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye everyone!